So, before moving forward in the video, if you are somebody who wants to learn the concept of AI engineering and actually make a career in the same field, then you are actually at the right place. Algocamp has launched its first AI engineering cohort in which you will be able to learn state-of-the-art patterns on how to make these real-world production-grade ready AI applications. You will learn all the concepts from beginner to advanced, starting from basics of LLMs, understanding GPT's API, or let's say Claude's API, how you can actually set up RAGs in production, how you can make your own AI agents with a lot of interesting projects as well. You will be making projects including making your own code reviewing agent, making your own RAG pipeline which will be able to handle long running tasks as well, and whatnot. I list all of the projects here and you can pause the video and check out all of them. This particular cohort will also help you understand behind the scenes of an LLM so that you can understand how the LLM actually works, the neural network architecture, the transformers architecture, what was actually running before LLMs like RNNs and LSTMs. All of these concepts of deep learning also we will be actually covering. This particular cohort has been actually made sure that if you are somebody who knows nothing about AI engineering and wants to start your career in AI engineering, you will be able to actually do that. We will provide all of the required fundamentals including Python, basics of Python, fast API, Docker, Git, GitHub, and everything which will help you to start your learning as fast as possible. If you are somebody who is actually looking for a more structured way to learn AI engineering with people who are actually building these products in production, do check out the link in the description section below, and don't forget to use this particular coupon code to get massive discount on the price. So let's get back to the video. So this is a new question coming from lead code problem number 1670. Design front, middle, back queue. You have to design a queue that supports push and pop operation in the front, middle, and the back. So till now, the queue that we have discussed supports the push and pop on the front and the back. Now you have to also support it for the middle, right? So there is a method push middle that will add the element to the middle of the queue, and pop middle that will remove the element from the middle of the queue. Now we know that queue can be implemented using linked list. In the linked list, push front, pop front can work, because if you want to have a push front, you can use add at head. For push front, you can use add at head. For pop front, you already have remove at head. Then if you have to do push back, then you can you can use add at tail. If you have to do pop back, if you have to implement a method pop back, then you can do remove at tail. So operations on front and back is easy. Okay. Now the thing is, how do you calculate the middle? Now if you remember, we solved a question around calculate the mid of the linked list. If you are able to calculate the mid of the linked list, then you can actually add after the middle of the linked list, or you can even remove the middle of the linked list. But the overall implementation effort is going to be too high here, because almost you are going to implement a full linked list to solve this question. And if you carefully see in this particular problem, the number of calls that will be made will be at most 1000. At most 1000 means what? That you are going to make sure that the number of function, the number of insertions, deletions, everything is at most what? 1000, right? So in that case, what we can do is we can save some coding effort and we can implement queue using arrays. Why? Because if you have to implement push back, then it is equivalent to the arrays push method. If you have to do a pop back, it is equivalent to arrays pop method. Then if you have to do push front, then if you remember, then in arrays of JavaScript, we have shift and unshift. Okay. If I do a dot shift, okay, and you call a again, and you see a again, can you see one has been removed? So if you call the shift function, it is going to remove the element from the start. So for pop front, we can use shift, arrays shift method. Here we can use unshift method. Now you can see almost no coding effort is required. You have to just call array.push, array.pop, array.unshift, array.shift. In fact, to push in the middle, Now there are methods called as splice, which can help you to insert element at a particular index and then use the splice method only to remove the element at a particular index. So this kind of method, these kind of splice methods can be pretty useful if you want to implement this question. So I'm not coding it. I'm not coding it because like 4 of the methods are extremely simple. If you don't know how splice works, you can just Google about splice.js, right? You can come up here and you can see if you want to insert at index 1, you can use a syntax like this. If you want to replace somewhere, you can use a syntax like this. Even if you want to remove, you can just say start and the delete count, it will remove. So splice function can actually add something, replace something, and even remove something in between or in middle of the corresponding array. And that's how you can actually solve this particular question.